don't care if loving you over my head.
Yeah, what's up guys? This is my second time trying to commentate over this video. I don't know why, but my mic is having issues and there's some crackling and popping. Hopefully it doesn't happen this go around, otherwise I apologize in advance for that. But in this video I just pulled one of my clips from my stream where we're just doing an Algathar Academy. I boosted this ret earlier on in the week as soon as the 9.7 patch dropped, because I wanted to try the new ret rework out and was quite surprised with how much I enjoyed it. We ended up just getting it geared through the new, what is it? The new island, the something reach. I already forgot the name of it. But yeah, I got all that gear there with the dust and whatever whatever epics I could find, and then crafted some of the crafted gear, and I got this guy to roughly around 3, I think in this video it's 387, maybe 384. I end up putting a picture at the end with my talents and my gear so you can see that there. And we were doing some pretty big damage for our item level, I would say. This is by far more damage than I've done on any other class this early on with my gear. So maybe ret doesn't scale as good, but I have a feeling that is wrong and it's going to do even better later on. But in this video, I ended up doing, I believe, 104k in this Algathar Academy at 387 item level, which is a bit ridiculous if you ask me. So I would say the new ret rework is pretty good. I was actually running all of the new passive stuff in it, because I haven't played ret since Legion, so I didn't want to give it too much thought, and I ended up copying someone's off of Raider.io for M+, and just plugging it in and chugging away, trying to get used to the spec. The only thing I was really trying to do was trying to line up my judgments and then also my final reckoning with my divine storms to follow them, so I could get the maximum use out of those. But other than that, I have actually no idea what I'm doing besides just slamming my buttons and hoping for the best. Another thing that also might have boosted my damage a little bit, especially in this academy, is when I ran my 4 mythic dungeons. I was lucky enough to get from the little crate, because it was the weekly quest for that this week, a heroic boon. So I mean, I ain't gonna complain. That's a nice little boost for me. So that definitely helped me out here, but regardless of that, I think ret is pumping anyways. And yeah, I don't know, I thought it was gonna be weird with them taking away some of the ret abilities if you chose in the talent tree, because it didn't seem like a bloated class or spec to me to begin with. So I was kind of worried that I wouldn't like the spec at all, and it was actually the opposite. It was just mainly me spamming judgments, Blade of Justice, and then trying to get out as much divine storms as possible, and I quite enjoyed it, to be honest with you. I didn't think I was going to, because I thought I was going to be just sitting there holy power starved the whole time, and I actually wasn't. Like, there's a few times where I definitely am, but not that much. And also, the other thing I really like about ret right now, which I think leads it to be a little bit overpowered in my mind, is that they just straight up have 1 minute cooldowns. They don't have anything further than that for offensive abilities, which is just like perfect for M+, because then you can go to every single pack with your full cooldowns up and just slam it. So I feel like I always have something going, and I mean, I pretty much only have like 40 seconds of downtime without wings, and that's if I don't get any procs of it as well. So yeah, I think Rets is doing real good in M+. I'm curious how it will do in the tyrannical weeks, because this was a fortified. But my single target didn't seem that bad. It definitely wasn't anything crazy. I believe for my 387 item level here, I was doing like 40 to 50k on the bosses. And this is also me without any tier. So I have tier now after this video, and my damage definitely went up some more, but that's the only area where they're not like doing anything absurd, but it's still like they're pulling their weight and maybe even a little bit more. And this is full AoE talents, I believe, as well. I'm not too sure what you run for single target. I think you run like maybe execution or sentence. You have some other talents as well for buffing your single target, but I'm not 100% sure. The other thing I wanted to point out, which is pretty good for paladin, is I believe in Blizzard's post they thought they were like kind of squishy for some reason, and I think they put in a new talent that was this. Here, let me look real quick for you guys. Oh yeah, here it is. It's the Sanctified Plates. I don't know if this is new or not. I'm assuming it is, but this is a 2-point talent, and you can get up to 20% reduced armor, 10% stamina, and also 10% reduced damage from AoE effects. Like, all of that just jammed into 2 points is just crazy to me. Like, that is so much tankiness, it's actually absurd. And because that says like area of effect instead of avoidance, I'm assuming you can still stack avoidance on this as well and not go over like the avoidance soft cap if they still have that. But I think before it was like 12%, I could be wrong, for avoidance soft cap, but I don't think this even affects it. So I believe you can stack avoidance and this Sanctified Plates talent and be chilling still. But yeah, all in all, I think Rets looking pretty good. I'll be curious to see how it does in the upcoming weeks and how it scales with gear. But all in all, I'm quite surprised and impressed with it, and I hope to see it do good, honestly, because it seems like they've never been like one of those M+ classes that people pick up. So hopefully now people will start. I don't know if there's actually a lot of people that have been looking into them, because I haven't played with too many myself. But I think it's definitely a class that could be up in the rising for M+, and hopefully it actually does. I ended up actually doing a few dungeons after this one, and they went pretty well as well. I think I did a 16 ruby right after this, and I did like 100k in that one, which is kind of crazy because I thought I was only going to hit 100k in academy this early on in item level, but nope, I did it in ruby as well right after. I was definitely lucky in this academy and in that ruby though, where I had a experienced tank playing on an alt that joined, and so they were pulling pretty big, which obviously helps my numbers out quite a bit. And then I also did a 16 no-cood, and that one went pretty good as well, although when we were going up to the last boss, that was our healer DC'd, so we had to pull the boss without him, and I just decided and told them that I was going to spend all of my holy power into healing the group, especially with it being Grievous, and I was kind of scared of the intermission on that last boss in no-cood. But it seems like Pally has some pretty good healing capabilities too, because when I looked at the meter after it was done, my average non-crits for Word of Glory were like 70k, and then I forget what the crit ones were, but they were up there as well. So that's pretty good. And I'll end up turning that into a little short video and posting that tomorrow, or maybe even later on today. So yeah, so I don't know what Ret doesn't have at this point. Its defensives are through the roof in my opinion. Its AoE damage is absurd. Maybe its single target isn't crazy, but it's probably just fine. And then its healing is also pretty nuts in my opinion. So I would expect them to nerf it, because I think Blizzard usually nerfs off of like the masses instead of like the super high players, and I think Ret is one of those easier classes in my opinion. I know this might upset some people, but I do think it's an easier class in my opinion, so I wouldn't be surprised to see it getting nerfed if people start playing the proper builds and slamming dungeons, because I think numbers are going to be super high and it might be something they look into. But yeah, all in all, I think they're in a good spot, and I'll probably keep playing it and hope to see you guys around. Thanks for watching. I'll show the talents and also the picture of my gear here for you guys. Take care though.